About a year and a half into our relationship, my ex started to tell me that I had walls up. He said that he felt like I didn't trust him and that these walls were up so high they were shutting him out. And the truth is, he wasn't wrong. I did feel like I had my guard up, but I wasn't always like that. I had been open and vulnerable with him. He knew all about my past relationships and he knew about my childhood. So I wasn't even sure where these walls were coming from. But I noticed that I would shut down whenever he did something that reminded me of my past relationships. When he would cross a boundary or invalidate my feelings. And I would say, what you just did reminds me of my ex-husband. And he would get so furious. How dare you compare me to him? I'm nothing like him. You're living in the past. That's your trauma. You need to get over it because it's not fair to punish me because of your trauma. And so I validated him. I said, yes, I understand why it feels like that. So I would end up apologizing and asking him to be understanding and patient with me while I work on it. I blame myself for why there was no emotional intimacy in our relationship. It was because of my walls. But the one thing I never stopped to do was to ask myself if those walls were valid. I built those walls because he would behave in the same ways and create the same experience as the initial trauma from my past. I never thought the issue was him. I thought the issue was me not having healed from my past experiences. Then I would proceed to talk myself into tearing down those walls. So if you find yourself building walls with your current partner, and use your discernment here, this isn't for everyone. I do want you to consider this because this hit me like a ton of bricks. Those walls are being put there for a reason. My inner child put them there to protect her from this person who claims they love me, but treats me like garbage because he knew what hurt me and he continued to do it anyways. My inner child knew he wasn't a nice person. My inner child felt the criticisms, the put downs, the mocking, the making fun of my hobbies, the dislike of my parents and friends. Basically everything that made me me that he criticized and hated. He wasn't just disrespecting me, he was devaluing me. And my inner child felt all of this. So she built walls to protect herself from the harm that I continued to expose her to by staying with this unsafe person. When you apologize to your abuser for having walls, or when you try to tear them down, you are simultaneously invalidating your inner child's need for emotional safety. You're telling your inner child that they're not worthy of love and respect. Those walls are there for a reason. Your inner child is sending you a very clear message. Are you listening?